Hey there, and welcome to another intimate moment with Maya. Today I'll be talking about compulsory monogamy, what it is, how it impacts our lives, and how we can resist the impact that it has on our lives. But first, I want to talk about monogamy, how we define it now, and how that differs from how previous generations defined monogamy. So in the past, the general aspiration was to be sexually exclusive with one person for life. That was the ideal form of monogamy. Now, I think that we all are pretty aware that that's not necessarily the goal now. More so, the goal now is to be sexually exclusive with one person at a time. So I highlight this change in definition for monogamy over time to show you guys that how we approach relationships now is not some type of naturally occurring approach or an approach that has to be because it is the most efficient or productive or anything like that. And in fact, the way that we define monogamy changes over the course of time and has a lot to do with the cultural context in which we are situated. So now I'll get into compulsory monogamy. So compulsory monogamy is a term that is used to describe the cultural imperative that people, especially women, have to be romantically and sexually monogamous in order to be considered upstanding people, as well as to gain access to certain institutional, political, and social benefits and rights. So how does this impact all of us, including those of us who are pretty comfortable in monogamous relationships? Compulsory monogamy discourages us from questioning, interrogating, and ultimately defining the structure of our relationships in ways that honor our individuality. And in fact, compulsory monogamy really stifles our own erotic exploration and autonomy. So most of us believe that there are certain behaviors that we shouldn't engage in while we're in a relationship. For some people, that's finding other people attractive or flirting with other people, perhaps fantasizing about other people, and of course, having sex with other people outside of our relationships. So when certain types of desires or fantasies or thoughts are experienced by us, we oftentimes will layer them with shame and guilt and at times secrecy because of this. But what I want to encourage you to realize is that there's a different way to respond to having these different types of fantasies or desires or thoughts. Perhaps you can confront them, look them straight in the eye, bring them to your partner, negotiate them with your partner, and perhaps even use them to spark different types of erotic explorations and experiences within your own relationship. So how I'm going to conclude this video is how we go about resisting and pushing back against the impact that monogamy has on our lives. And I think that this is particularly important to talk about because many of us don't actually have useful models for what monogamous or non-monogamous relationships could look like, especially in the long term. So the first thing that I want to remind you of is that compulsory monogamy encourages us to almost exclusively see the benefits of strict monogamy and almost exclusively see the challenges and the issues that come with monogamous or non-monogamous relationship structures. And as I'm sure comes as no surprise to you, there are challenges and benefits to any type of relationship structure. So what I encourage you to do is to really think critically about what set of challenges would I be okay with or that I might be able to work with when in a relationship? And what set of benefits really excite me when it comes to a relationship structure style? And once you do that exercise, then try to structure your relationships in ways that honor who you are and what you're looking for in your relationship structures. As always, I want to hear from you. What ways do you see compulsory monogamy showing up in your own life? Comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to share this video with one new person so we can bring more people into our Intimacy with Maya community here. That's all I have for you today, so I will see you next week.